We're so glad that you're here. My name is Andrea Reish and I'm the Associate Athletic Director for Compliance. Come along on this journey with me of a tour of Concordia while I introduce you to everyone that will be helpful for you during your time here. Come on, let's go!
Hi, Mo Roberson, Director of Athletics at Concordia University Irvine. Just want to welcome you to Concordia and thank you for choosing Concordia and look forward to supporting you in your student athlete experience.
Hi everyone, my name is Brittany Pareda. I am the Assistant Athletics Director here at Concordia for Development and Operations. One of my favorite jobs that I get to do here is work directly with our student athletes in what we call our Student Athlete Advisory Committee. What most people don't really know about this really awesome group is that it's actually governed by the NCAA. So any NCAA school Division 1, 2, or 3 is mandated to have a Student Athlete Advisory Committee. So we are fortunate enough to have one here at Concordia. It's composed of one student athlete from all 24 of our programs. And it's just something where it gives student athletes the opportunity to express kind of what's going on campus, express their concerns, express things that they maybe want added to our department, and then it also gives us an opportunity as an administration to talk to student athletes in a kind of a safe place. So it's a really cool leadership opportunity for those of you student athletes that are interested. If you guys are interested in getting an on-campus job, one of the greatest opportunities we have is to work within our athletics department as what we call our student workers. And it's one of the greatest opportunities that we have as student athletes here on campus to work within our athletics department. So if you maybe want a career in athletics, this is a really great stepping stone into that field. And primarily what your role would entail is working all of our on-campus games. So you work in kind of event management. So it could be ticket sales to in-game operations, from stats to sweeping to keeping score, all these different areas that kind of go on behind the scenes and learning different avenues of athletics. So if you are interested in becoming a part of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee or getting a job here on campus with in-game management, please feel free to reach out to me. My door is always open and I look forward to getting to know you guys.
Just want to reintroduce myself. My name is Andrea Reish and I'm the Associate Athletic Director for Compliance. As a student athlete, it's really important that you don't accept any kind of extra benefit. And so to ask yourself the question, is it open to everyone just as a normal student, or is it just open to me because I'm a student athlete at Concordia? And this can be for transportation, clothing, food, any kind of financial loan. The other thing to be careful of is unadvertised discounts. So you aren't allowed to accept any kind of an advertised discount that's just open to you as a student athlete. So again, asking yourself the question, is it open to the general public or is it just open to me because I am a student athlete? So you guys are allowed to work. There's just 3 rules with employment. You must actually work, get paid the going rate, and then fill out the work form. There are some forms that you guys did fill out through FrontRush, and so if you completed the work form on there, that's totally fine, but if a job does come up during the year, just email me and I'll get you the work form. Countable athletically related activities, also known as CARA, are the hours that you can have during season. So while you guys are in season, you have 20-hour weeks, a maximum of 4 hours per day. A competition is worth 3 hours, even if it's over that time or under that time, and a travel day can be considered as a day off. So for the fall sports out there, for your preseason, when you guys are not in school, you can do up to 6 hours a day. A practice session cannot be longer than 3 hours, and then you do have to have a 3-hour recovery time. So when you guys are out of season, you're in 8-hour weeks, which there's new legislation this year, so it's actually 4 hours of practice and 4 hours of strength and conditioning. If you guys have any questions about your declared playing season, please reach out to your head coach and they'll be able to walk you through what your season looks like. So here are some examples of what's countable and what's not countable within CARA. So things that are countable would be things like practice, competition, any kind of meeting that's initiated by your coach. And things that would not be counted would be like this compliance meeting, anything related to study hall, life skills, or any meeting that you would initiate with your coach. So you guys are allowed to do voluntary workouts, but there are a couple of things that has to make it a voluntary workout. Your coach can't be there, a teammate can't go back to coach and say what you guys did and who was there, and you can't be punished if you don't show up. You can do an extra weightlifting, but we do ask that a coach is there solely for the health and safety of you guys. As a student athlete, you guys do have to remain an amateur, so you can't become a professional. So that means not accepting any kind of money for your skill, not signing a contract with an agent, or verbally agreeing to anything. So it's really important that we are staying an amateur. If you guys ever have any questions or an agent does reach out to you, please make sure to contact me and I'll be able to handle that. The other thing for amateurism is everyone did have to certify their amateurism through the Eligibility Center. So if you haven't done that already, you'll want to make sure to request amateurism. So as a student athlete, you guys have 10 full-time semesters to compete in 4 seasons. A lot of the times you'll do a redshirt year or maybe a medical hardship waiver, and so you'll still be able to fulfill the 4 seasons within the 10 full-time semesters. Any time that a semester counts is when you're enrolled in 12 units. So as a student athlete, you guys are allowed to compete outside of Concordia, but really the only time to do this is during the summer. You do have to be eligible, you can't wear any Concordia gear, and you can't accept above and beyond the actual necessary expenses. So again, if you guys do have questions about this, please reach out to me and I'd be happy to go over the rules with you. The NCAA strictly prohibits all gambling and wagering of any bets. So as a student athlete, please make sure that even if you put $1 down on March Madness brackets, fantasy leagues, or Super Bowl pools, that will be a violation and there are penalties and you can lose your eligibility. So please be careful and don't bet on it. One of the most important things when you guys have a recruit on campus is please make sure that we're not posting about them in a story or tweeting at them. We're not allowed to announce that anyone is here publicly on campus. The other thing is to make sure that we're not marketing any kind of commercial product because again, that goes back to extra benefits and remaining an amateur. And really at the end of the day, on our social media, we want to represent ourselves, our team, and our school in the best light possible. So these are the 4 forms that you needed to fill out in order to start practicing with the team. If you guys did not fill out these forms, please come see me after this and I'll be able to walk you through those. Thank you. This is the athletic training office where you can find Glory and his staff.
Hello, my name is Glory Fung. I'm the head athletic trainer here at Concordia University. I oversee 7 athletic trainers that work with over 23 intercollegiate teams here on campus. Please check in with your certified athletic trainer and get familiar with who they are and get their cell phone numbers so that you can be in direct contact with them at all times. The very first thing you are going to experience within the first 2 days of viewing this compliance video is a pre-participation sport physical. We will offer a free physical for you as long as you get everything done in advance. The very first thing we need you to do is to fill out all of the paperwork. You will receive a link to access all of the paperwork. Make sure you have that ready prior to your pre-participation physical time. Your coaches will let you know exactly what time and what location to report to. During your physicals, please dress for a workout attire. Do not wear jeans or blouses or anything that would hamper our staff from doing a thorough head-to-toe assessment of your athletic injuries. We will also require that each student athlete have a primary insurance. This can be an insurance that they purchase on their own or insurance that they're covered under their parents. Inherently with medical costs, we do not want to hamper the access of x-rays, MRIs, and advanced medical personnel or even surgeries because of lack of insurance. Should you have an insurance question, please direct them to me and I will help best facilitate that for you. Concordia University does cover a secondary insurance which will help mitigate any type of cost out of pocket. Here at Concordia University, we take concussions very seriously. Concussion is actually a traumatic brain injury that once sustained, we have a series of protocols that we want to clear before we return a student athlete back into participation. We will have a series of baseline testing from balance tests to a cognitive test to a computerized test. All of this will be included in your pre-participation physical and will be one of the stations that we access during an event of a head injury. Concussions here at Concordia University is an all-hands-on-deck type of approach. We will access the Center for Disability and Learning Resource Center, and they will open up any type of accommodations, both academically and also in the dorms, should you require any type of advanced support. Concordia University will conduct multiple institutional drug testing every year. Drug testing will occur with a urinalysis. A female on staff will collect the female student athletes. The male on staff will collect the male student athletes. The urinalysis will happen at least once a semester. There's institutional testing and there's also the NCAA drug testing. Institutionally, we have all our drug testing procedures, stipulations, and offenses on our student athlete handbook. We are testing for street drugs, we're testing for performance enhancing drugs, and any type of diuretics that might mask a banned substance. We follow the NCAA drug testing banned substance list and it is updated annually. If you have any questions regarding supplements or any type of prescribed medication, please check in with your athletic training staff as they should guide you to the best resolution for that type of medication. The NCAA will drug test on our campus at least once a year and also at championship sites. At the NCAA level, the penalties for violation of the drug program would be a lot more severe than the institutional drug testing policy.
Now let's go to our Faculty Athletic Representative's office.
Yeah, my name is Cliff Pauley. I am the Program Director of Athletic Training Education at Concordia University Irvine and the Faculty Athletics Representative. Means technically what I do is I am the liaison between the student athletes on this campus and the standing faculty and the administration. Anytime there are issues with classroom procedures or travel issues, or anytime there's basically a skirmish between faculty and student athletes, I tend to get in the middle of that. So if there's anything I can do to help you out in reference to those, feel free to contact me.
Now we're gonna go to the Wellness Center. Let's go.
The Wellness Center provides comprehensive medical and also psychological care for all our students here at Concordia University. It is a walk-in clinic Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. or you can make an appointment here at the desk or by phone. Here at the check-in desk, if you have any type of medical holds on your account, you would want to meet with the personnel here to clear the clearances. The Wellness Center is fully staffed with nurse practitioners that can help diagnose any type of general medical conditions. Any non-sport related injuries or illnesses, you have access here to get a diagnosis. They also have full types of tests, TB skin tests, any type of immunization needs. During flu season, if you want to get a flu shot, this is the place to go. They also carry a lot of over-the-counter medication, so before you take a trip off campus to CVS or Walmart, swing by the Wellness Center. They may have some decongestants, some ibuprofen, some cold medication that they can give you at a very, very small cost. The Counseling Center is also located inside of the Wellness Center. Here at the Counseling Center, they provide individual counseling sessions. They provide group therapy. They also provide a lot of outside resources should you need to find a provider off campus. Many students access the Counseling Center for a variety of reasons. In the student-athlete world, balance of life, if there are any type of griefs, losses in your experience here at Concordia University, this is the perfect place to go for some extra added support. The sports medicine staff here at Concordia University not only seeks to improve you physically, but also spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. The mental health considerations here at Concordia University is taken very seriously. Should you be requiring any type of advanced support for any type of mental health needs, please reach out to your athletic training staff. Here on the slide, we're going to have a self-diagnostic tool. It is a handout that you will also take home with you. Please keep this handy in one of your desk drawers. Always refer to it should you go through the first 2 weeks of school and you feel a little down. Know that there's people that you can reach out to. The Counseling Center, like mentioned before, is available on campus from a walk-in or also by appointment. If you need anything from the athletic training staff, please feel free to reach out. We are more than happy to help bridge the gap and get you to the right place. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me or just walk into the athletic training room. We look forward to serving you.
Now we're gonna head over to Grimm. This is Grimm Hall. On the first floor you can find the bursar's office, the registrar's office, and our eligibility coordinator. And on the second floor you can find financial aid.
Hi, my name is Kelly Flynn and I'm the Coordinator of Records for Academic Eligibility for student athletes here at Concordia. As an NCAA athlete, you must meet certain academic eligibility requirements set by the NCAA, Conference, and Concordia. All student athletes must be enrolled full-time. If you're an undergraduate student, full-time is considered 12 units or more per semester. For graduate students, full-time is 6 units or more per semester. A minimum will be set before the first day of classes so that you cannot drop below full-time. If you're in your final semester of Concordia, you may qualify for an exception to this rule. Proper documentation is required. If you need to add or drop classes once the semester starts, you must first see academic advising. There are certain academic standards that you must comply with once you have been at Concordia for 1 or more semesters. First, you must successfully complete 9 units towards your degree to be eligible in the following term. Second, you must successfully complete 18 units towards your degree in the preceding fall and spring terms to be eligible for the following fall term. Third, you must successfully complete 24 units during the entire academic year, which includes the preceding fall, spring, and summer terms, to be eligible for the following fall term. Fourth, you must declare a major before your 5th full-time semester at any institution, not just Concordia. Fifth, you must maintain a 2.0 cumulative GPA. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ken Dillinger, and I'm your financial aid counselor here at Concordia. We're so excited to have you back here on campus for all you returning athletes, and for all you new freshmen and transfers, welcome. We're excited to have you here. I just want to go over a few things in regards to financial aid that may be applicable to you. First of all, you have probably seen some emails from our office. If you are still missing any outstanding requirements for financial aid, we'll encourage you to get those into our office as soon as possible. And the reason being is that anything we have that's missing on your file will prevent your financial aid from paying out at the first day of class. So please make sure you're checking your Eagles email account and getting that information into us. The other thing to mention is that if you are an athlete who's receiving an athletic scholarship, and you have not completed what you need to do in order to be considered a qualifier or a partial qualifier for competition, to please make sure you're working with the athletic office. Anyone who is missing requirements for that may still not get their athletic scholarship paid out when school starts as well. So make sure you're taking care of that as soon as you can. The third thing I want to mention to you is that if you're receiving athletic aid, and you're also receiving a scholarship from an outside entity, to make sure that you have submitted an outside scholarship form. If you have sent your information into our office about your outside scholarship, we have probably requested an outside scholarship form from you. It's a form that you need to submit to that organization that has awarded you that money, and you want to make sure that they have filled it out and submitted it back to our university so that we are in compliance with NC2A. The fourth thing I want to mention is, I know school is just about to start here, but starting on October 1st, the next academic year's FAFSA is going to be available, and that's going to be for the 2020-2021 FAFSA. So if you do file the FAFSA, I encourage you, it's never too early to start submitting that renewal as of October 1st. So get it done, get it out of the way fast so that you don't have to worry about it the rest of the school year and we don't hound you for that too much. So October 1st is when you want to go on, and you can actually do that on an app now as well. So if you go on Google Play or the App Store and download the app called My Student Aid, that will get you started on getting the FAFSA done. But we're already having to think about next academic year as well. Then lastly, I want to mention for those of you again who are receiving an athletic scholarship that those are renewable from year to year, and the coach has the opportunity to reduce those or change those from one year to the next. So be aware that every year you will have to sign a new grant and aid with your coach, and you'll obviously want to talk with your coach as you get close to the end of the year to find out what the plans are for next year for that scholarship. All right, with that, have a great day, and I'll see you around campus.
Now we're gonna head to the student conduct's office. You can find Melinda Martinez's office up on the second floor.
Hi, my name is Melinda Martinez. I'm the Associate Dean for Institutional Compliance, and I want to welcome you to Concordia, or back to Concordia from break. We're happy to have you here, and I want to talk a little bit about some areas on campus that I work with. The two main areas, I work in student conduct and Title IX, so I'm going to talk a little bit about those two areas. For student conduct, I wanted to just highlight this is our student code of conduct. You can find this online. If you go to the Student Life website, you'll be able to find under student handbooks, all of the handbooks there, including the student handbook, the student athlete handbook, the housing handbook, and then the student code of conduct. And you can click on any of those links and it'll take you to the PDF of that document. And in there you're going to find all of our policies, and we call it your rights and responsibilities as a student. And under the policy sections, I want to talk about just a few things that will be relevant for you. The code of conduct is broken up into a couple different sections. There's a residential hall policy section, there's an academic honesty policy, and then university policies. And the housing residence policies will apply to you regardless of whether you do live on campus or off campus. So if you are a commuter and you are participating in something in the res halls and it is documented, just want to let you know that that is something that will get reported to my office, and that you could face a charge for an institutional policy violation for residential policies, even if you are not a resident student. So I'm going to first talk about alcohol. We are a dry campus. Alcohol is not permitted here, even if you are of age. The alcohol policy addresses consumption and possession, so even if it's not being consumed, but it's in your room, that is going to be a violation of our policy. And again, that does not, it doesn't matter whether you're of age or not, that would be a violation of our policy. And the student athlete handbook also outlines its own expectations related to alcohol, so make sure that you're reading through the expectations of you as a student athlete, and that you're in compliance with the expectations of your program as well as your coach. And also there's another policy kind of related to the alcohol policy, and that is providing alcohol to a minor. If there's any sort of report that my office receives of a student hosting an event where alcohol is being provided to minors, that is a separate policy violation, and adds an added layer of discipline to the process. So that's just something to be aware of. The next thing I want to talk about is drugs. Drugs are not permitted on campus or off campus. So if we do receive a report of off-campus use, that will come through my office as a report. And our policy is consistent with federal law regarding marijuana use, which means that it is not permitted. Again, that's on or off campus. And I also want to remind you that as an athlete, you may be drug tested, and marijuana use would not be permitted. And so if you were tested and failed a drug test for marijuana, that would come through my office as well. Another policy to be mindful of would be privacy hours. That speaks to male students in a female's room or females in a male's room past certain hours. Those hours are midnight, Monday through Thursday, or Sunday through Thursday night, and they begin at midnight, that is 12:01 a.m., and goes until 8 a.m. And those are strictly enforced, and I have received documentations that we're at 12:01. So just be mindful of that. On the weekends, so Friday and Saturday nights, privacy hours begin at 2 a.m. and also end at 8 a.m. That does include weekends, breaks, holidays. So that 2 a.m. time starts for those, exceptions. It does not apply to students who are reporting early to campus for athletics or other co-curricular programs in the summer. So if it is a weeknight and it's before school has started, before the academic year has started, that is not considered a break, and those midnight hours apply Sunday through Thursday night. So if you're reporting to campus early for athletics, please be mindful of that as well. Bystanding is a policy that addresses student behavior that acts in compliance with another student's policy violation and failing to remove yourself or report the violation. So if you have a roommate or you're at an event where there's maybe something occurring, whether it's a violation of privacy hours or alcohol or something, if you're there, even if you're not partaking in that activity yourself, you would be still documented for a policy violation for bystanding, for being present and failing to remove yourself from the situation, or for reporting it. And so that's another thing to be mindful of. I do understand that sometimes there's issues with wanting to report to avoid getting in trouble yourself, but being concerned about relationships and friendships with people that you're around. Just know that you can report anonymously. You can text your RA. If you don't have your RA's number programmed in your phone, you should do that so that you have access to their number or the RA duty line. You can send them a text and tell them that you are reporting something in a certain room, and they can go and address that situation. And if you've texted them, they know that you have reported that information, and they will not share that. So it will be noted when the report comes to me that you were the one that reported, and that's just for my information, so I know that you would not be charged with the policy violation since you were the one who reported it. But again, that would not be shared with the others in the room or throughout the hearing process, so it allows you to avoid documentation and also not to be concerned about reporting your friends. And then the last thing I want to talk about related to policies is candles. It seems silly, but we have a lot of candle violations, and candles are not permitted in our res halls. It does not matter if they have been lit or not. I know sometimes you bring a candle that you don't intend to light, and that alone will make a room smell good, but those are not permitted. They will be confiscated, and there's a mandatory fine with candles. So please be aware of that. Do not bring candles. If you have issues with your room or you want to add some different scents there, you're welcome to use plug-ins or reed diffusers, but nothing that would be that could be lit is not permitted in the res halls. So now I want to talk about Title IX a little bit. I'm a Title IX Deputy Coordinator here, and our Title IX Chief Coordinator for this campus is our Dean of Students. And we have information on our website. If you go to the Concordia website and in the search bar type in Title IX, that will take you to our Title IX page. It has a lot of information on there, and it also has our resource guide. And this is what you can find on there. There's a PDF of this, and it has information for students when you have been through something or know somebody who's been going through something that you want some additional information on. This is a great resource to connect with, so you can kind of get some of your initial questions answered. And I want to just talk about what Title IX is. I know many people are aware, but I want to just clarify too. Title IX addresses any form of discrimination based on sex, and so that includes sexual assault, domestic violence, dating violence, stalking, and sexual harassment. And so the university has policies in place to address behaviors or concerns if a student is experiencing any of those behaviors. They can come to a member of the Title IX team and report that information, and we can provide resources and talk to students through that process. And with the resources that we have on campus, we can talk about counseling. We can also talk about campus safety and resources there, because we want to make sure that students are safe and feel safe on campus. And so if you or somebody you know are going through anything that might fall into any of those categories, please connect with me or somebody else who is a part of the Title IX team so that we can connect you to some resources. And then I want to talk about reporting on campus. There are 2 places that you can go and talk on campus where they are not required to report that information to the Title IX team. That is in the counseling office and our campus pastor. You can go see either of those 2 offices, talk about what's going on, what you're experiencing or what your friend is experiencing, get some information there, and they're not required to report that to us. Any other employee on this university's campus, whether they're faculty, staff, or student employees, they are required to report. So if they receive information, they're going to be required to report that to us. And all that means is that we're going to reach out to the individual based on whatever information we have and connect to try to provide resources and support. So I know that's a very brief overview, but I just wanted to share those 2 areas with you. And please feel free to contact me if you have any questions. My name is Melinda Martinez. I'm in Admin 207B.
Well, welcome. My name is Brittany Neal. I'm the Director of Academic Advising and Student Success here at Concordia. For our new students, welcome to CUI. To our returning athletes, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what academic advising and student success can do for you. So our office creates all of your graduation plans depending on what you're trying to do here. If you have a new major or if you're going to be transferring in, if you're a freshman, we put everything together for you based off of your academic record. Be sure to transfer everything over to the registrar's office. That gives us a really clean slate to start with, and we know exactly what you need moving on from there. For all of our new students, be sure to check your Eagles email. We'll be sending you things over the summertime. We have your schedule ready for you as well as your grad plan, and it's all in My Degree Works, which is in my records. For our returning students, be sure to make sure that you are enrolled in all of the classes on your grad plan, and if not, please contact your academic advisor as soon as possible. Remember that in the first 2 weeks, we do open enrollment. So returning students, you're able to add and drop classes. For the first week, everything can be done online as long as the section is open. In the second week, you have to have instructor approval to add a class. For our new students, please know that no changes to your schedule can be made until the first day of class unless you contact your academic advisor. So if you find that you have a conflict, maybe practice times have changed, just be sure to email your academic advisor and we can help you with the switch at that time. If you are transferring in, again, those transcripts are really, really important. If you see something that maybe we might have missed, please feel free to contact us, let us know. We want to make sure that we maximize your time here and keep the length of eligibility that you have for athletics in mind when creating your grad plan. If that means adding a summer or 2 to make sure that you can finish on time, we can definitely work with you on that. And then please keep in mind, to stay athletically eligible, you have to do well in your academics. So we want to make sure if you're struggling, please talk to your faculty first. They're your best resource. And then seek tutoring. We have a tutoring website, cui.edu/tutoring, and all of our tutoring's free. It's really important that you get engaged early. And we're really, really excited to see you in the fall, and I wish you all very well.
And that concludes our tour. Thank you so much for joining us. If you guys ever have any questions, feel free to email me or come to my office. We hope you have a great season, and go Eagles!